Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Revved Up. Now, if today was the 3rd of September, the entire country will be black, yellow and red because we are at the Mandela National Stadium where the Uganda Cranes will be playing against Comoros on that very day. And what makes it interesting is if the Uganda Cranes win that game, then we qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. And that will be the first time we shall have done so in about 30 years. But this is not a sports show. Let's try and focus on cars. Now, before we even talk about this week's Revved Up, we have a very big message we must send out there. Road carnage. Road carnage, ladies and gentlemen. So many lives are innocently being lost on roads. If you've been watching news recently, Masaka Road, what is happening on Masaka Road? It's down to the drivers, it's down to the condition of your cars, it's down to not respecting traffic rules, it's down to being very negligent when you're driving those cars. So let's make it very simple. Go have your training, make sure you can drive right, and respect road users. Otherwise, you're costing this nation so many young souls, so many intelligent souls moving forward. Let's just be serious on the roads. Let's drive carefully. You realize I was kind of not happy with that statement. All right, let me be happy now with Revved Up. Let's get on the road.
On this edition of Revved Up, to avoid flats, blowouts, or other tire-related problems, it's recommended that you check the pressure of your tires at least once a month. Begin by checking the information printed on the tires for the recommended PSI for your tires. Next, take out your tire pressure gauge. This is a tool that every driver should have available in their vehicles. Take off the valve cap from one of the tires and place the pressure gauge over it, pressing it down hard enough so that the hissing sound disappears. Compare the readings to the recommended PSI for your car. If it is over, let out some of the air from your tire. If it is under, get it filled at a gas station. Repeat this process at least once a month to help keep your tires in tip-top shape.
Welcome to Celebrity Rides for this week's Revved Up. Now this week I'm super excited because I do get to host someone who is super talented as well. Had kind of disappeared with the crew from the public eye because they had other businesses to take care of. Now they are back, they are getting the hits out there, and sometimes you never really know if he really is Ugandan until he tells you something. Daniels, that's all I'm going to say for now. Swahili Nation.
What up, man?
Kevin, how you doing?
Surfy.
How's it going?
Man, it's all good, man. Just chilling, trying to do what we do, man.
Yeah, been a while, man.
It's been a while, but we're here, man.
I mean, I'm not the biggest music fan out there.
Right.
Swahili Nation, the word, the name?
So Swahili Nation, the name started from the fact that we was from the 3 East African countries. We had Toto Wadandu, who came from Tanzania.
Yeah.
Cool James. And we had them Turi brothers, Drew and Robo, who were from Kenya.
Yeah.
Myself, Ken Daniels, and Charlie King from Uganda. And the connector was the fact that Swahili was the connector there. You know, we're back, we're in the studio, we're cutting records, and we basically just trying to catch up from where we left off. Yeah.
There you go.
That's me.
Give us this quick introduction, and as always, tell us why this is the car you have.
This is a Kluger 3.0, a Kluger V 3.0, 2013. It's a definitely nice ride, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate what it does for me, man. Every single day.
Size, are you into big cars for starters, even before going into the other details?
I'm into big cars. I'm into big cars. As a matter of fact, somebody was telling me that Klugers are now the must-buy car in Uganda right now.
Yeah.
They're easy to maintain. Spare parts are easy to find.
Yeah.
You know.
On the inside, what exactly is it you like about it on the inside?
Oh, the inside, man, it's got a really nice dashboard. You know, for a car that's affordable, because that's another thing that I need to say. It's an affordable car.
Yeah.
It's not what Ali's driving. You know, it's not a Touareg. It's affordable.
Ali Talent Africa, he was on the show recently.
Yeah, definitely. Or Navio, you know, they're driving the big boy cars.
Yeah.
I think that as an artist, don't be greedy and don't be fast at trying to get the expensive stuff. You need to make sure that your lifestyle matches your income capacity.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to go beyond what your capacity to, you know. So maintain an ability to be able to live your life not in excess, but in you know,
a good way, in a comfortable way.
a comfortable way.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people that life is about being able to afford what you can.
Yeah.
Don't live beyond your limits because you will burn yourself out.
But as we continue and I get done here, there's a big one coming.
Yes.
We have this, but there's I'm told a Lincoln.
Yes. We're looking at a Lincoln 2014. It might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be on a ship sometime. So y'all watch out for that. We ain't talking about like going back 6-7 years back.
Yeah.
We're talking about like two years back. You know, fully loaded. Yeah, definitely.
Promise to come here and show our viewers.
Dude, because you got me here with the Kluger,
Yeah.
I need to come back and, you know what I mean? I need to come back and show the people what's up, man.
Ken, Swahili Nation, thank you very much, man. We do appreciate coming.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you very much. That's Ken for you.
All right, cool.
All right, so we've come inside the Mandela National Stadium where Uganda's top athletes are in final preparations for the Rio Games, that is the Olympic Games down in Brazil. Now you need to know one thing, these guys have got to feed well, they've got to train every day. Basically, they've got to look after their bodies. Now the bigger question is, are you looking after your car? Well, if you really want to look after your car, you should use Shell VPower, because what they do is that it really works on your engine. Your car is all about the engine. It's as simple as that. Now it optimizes the performance of your engine and keeps it very safe for you as well. And oh, by the way, myself, I used to be a runner in school. I was pretty good, but I chose TV. No complaining.
Futuristic vehicles, brought to you by Shell VPower. Chrome-plated grills, a fine glossy finish, plush leather lining every inch of the interior, a digital media receiver. All this is nothing without performance. A great set of wheels is only as good as the engine powering it, and coursing through every great engine are the world's finest motor oils.
It's all about the engine.
Whatever you drive, whatever the condition, we have the right motor oil for your engine. Visit any Shell service station near you and choose the right oil for your engine. Shell Motor Oils, because it's all about the engine.
It's all about the engine.
There appears to be a general consensus among motoring brands that hydrogen or electric-powered vehicles are the inevitable future. And as a result, new and increasingly outlandish concept cars are unveiled each year at motoring shows to the delight of the public. Leave it to Rolls-Royce to outdo them all, however. In the past, Rolls-Royce has been a symbol of wealth and superior status. And from the looks of their 103EX, they have every intention of ruling the future as well. Stretching nearly 20 feet, the 103EX, also known as the Vision Next 100, transforms the already lengthy Rolls-Royce into a veritable giant. Other unusual features include a hinged roof, which opens up completely when you enter and exit, allowing you to be fully upright on both occasions. There's also a crimson light emitted from the doorway of the vehicle, which is apparently present to give the impression of walking on a red carpet. While the external features of the Rolls-Royce 103EX might be somewhat cliché, this brand has surpassed the others in its successful transformation of a machine almost into a sentient being. It remains, and surely will remain, an icon of prominent luxury and impeccable taste. Welcome to Revved Up, Rona Arinetwe. She's the Corporate Relations Manager at Uganda Breweries Limited. Tell us first of all about the Red Card campaign.
Thank you for having me today. I love cars, so fantastic show. I'm here to talk about the Red Card campaign. The whole aim is to remind our consumers to be responsible, and one of the key things that we are pushing with the Red Card campaign is people should not drink and drive. That's the biggest and key message for the Red Card campaign.
Who is the campaign targeted at? Any particular age group?
Yes, basically the campaign is targeted at males aged 20 to 30, 20 to 40, I would say. Because from the traffic reports, it's been shown that that's the most of the drink driving accidents or people that are caught drink driving are within that age group. So the reason we're targeting them, we just hope they can change. We don't want them to yet to be another statistic.
So what should we expect to see from the campaign this year?
The campaign has been ongoing. So far we've had gas station activations where we're targeting people at the gas stations. Most likely if you're driving, maybe you could drink. So we've had activations at the gas stations. We've had activations in supermarkets at the point of purchase where we talk to you while you're buying your alcohol. Or if you're taking this, remember to be responsible about this. And we've had a lot of coverage on our social media, trying to engage with people, basically to drive the message.
All right, just in 30 seconds, give us some tips on how to drink responsibly.
Oh, these are my 3 favorite tips that I always go with, even on my night out. 1, I always plan my journey. How am I going to go back home? Do I have a designated driver or do I have a cab driver's number that is going to be able to take me home? The second tip is about water. Space your drinks. Don't go and binge drink all at the same time. Space your drink. Take a bottle of Bell. 5 minutes down the evening, take a glass of water. That kind of thing. Then the third tip that I actually also like to use is food. Drinking on an empty stomach makes you to get high more quicker. So fast feed before you drink. Let's all remember to be responsible. You can drink alcohol, but know your limit. Everyone has a different limit, I will have to say that. Know your limit and remember to be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Your night, your choices, your consequences.
Right, you see, if you're a tennis player and you come to the Mandela National Stadium, just like you can see in the background, you have 2 options. You have court A and court B. So you have options, which is a good thing in life. Now, the car lovers who love Revved Up finally have got options as well, because Checky Uganda is finally here. Now, they can get you any car, anywhere, at any price. As a matter of fact, all you have to do is go to their official website. That is checky.co.ug. Checky is CHEKI. .co.ug. And what's more interesting is when we featured some of the cars, some of our viewers were saying, cars are expensive, Well, I tell you what, Checky is offering you cars that are less than 10 million Uganda shillings. Can I say this in Luganda? Or kadekumi? 10 million Uganda shillings. All you have to do is go to their website and look at the various options in terms of cars. It's no longer about driving the most expensive cars these days. It's about your budget. It's about what you can. So go to the official Checky website and see what options of cars you definitely can enjoy. All right, you see, here at Revved Up, what we do is we have a listening ear. A listening ear from you, the beautiful viewers out there. So some of you have been hitting our social media and saying that we really bring you beautiful cars, but then after that very show, you don't have that much of a chance of looking at the cars again. Of course, you can do YouTube, that is Revved Up Uganda. But what we decided to do was take you back to France. We are flying back to France, where the Euros, by the way, have just been happening, and bring you the Renault Fluence. What exactly was good about that car? Well, take a look at that shoot.
When it comes to affordable saloon cars, the Renault Fluence ticks all the boxes. In 2013, Renault updated the old model, giving it a fresh, modern look, automatic transmission, and a brand new engine that instantly made it a top contender for affordability, reliability, practicality, and comfort. It is classy, sleek, and stylish, which is particularly impressive due to its price of $35,000.
All right, so we are joined, as always, here on Revved Up when it comes down to the road review by the experts themselves, the folks who can tell us a thing or two about these cars. And this week, I'm joined by the brand manager, Renault Uganda, that is Jimmy Ochen. Jimmy, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Brilliant machine.
Pleasure.
What does it come with that make me drive to Renault and say, I want the Fluence? This is the car I want.
Now, you need to know that this is actually in the DNA of every Renault car. Very safe. Obviously, when you talk of Renault, you're talking about engine efficiency. Very efficient engine, very good at fuel consumption. This is actually a 1.6. Not like most of the sedan we have in this market, 1.8. This is a 1.6. A liter is going to do you close to 16 kilometers in our Ugandan roads.
1 liter, 16 kilometers. It's definitely the car you probably might need in your own garage. But how have the Ugandan audience welcomed it? What is the reaction like? Because they're plunging into a very competitive market.
Now, Andrew, quality will always stand out for you. Fluence is a quality car. It's actually a high-end car, and yet with a very interesting budget. Very affordable when you put it in a vehicle of its segment.
Jimmy, thank you very much. Let's jump into all the details and show you what this car is all about.
Inside, the Fluence had some sprucing up as well. It's packed with useful features, such as a keyless entry system, multi-function steering wheel, and a rear parking assistance, to name a few. But the Renault Fluence is especially known for its roominess and comfort. The rear seats have plenty of room for passengers and more than adequate headspace, which is something not many saloon cars can boast about. The boot is very large, with a capacity of 530 litres, and this can be increased even further by folding down the car seats, a surprising but welcome option in a saloon.
All right, so a couple of weeks ago, I was in my home district of Ntungamo, and all my relatives were saying, "Hi, Andrew, we saw you on NTV, we saw your new car show." Then I told them, "Do you know there are cars which you can drive without a key?" And my grandmother said, "That would be witchcraft, my son." So I told her, well, let's wait and see what happens. Now, with the Renault Fluence, you actually don't need a key. There's a provision for a key, but you don't really need a key. All you need is a key card, the Renault key card. Now, the Renault key card is very protective in a way that if you're not in very close proximity with the car, then it doesn't open. For example, I'm standing this far from the car, so I'll ask Jimmy to try and open, because what is happening is I have the key card. See? I have the key card with me in the pockets. So ask Jimmy to try and open. Let's try and open. You realize it doesn't open now. But the closer I move to the car, the more it will open, the bigger the chances generally. So if I come this close to the car and I stand next to Jimmy now, you realize that Jimmy can easily access this car. And there you go. He now can open the car, yet the key card is in my pocket. How good is it in Kampala, in your view?
Now in Kampala, this car, there's a lot of jam in Kampala. And usually, when you're driving any car, you're very conscious about the fuel consumption. Now this car, whatever the jam, consumption is so good, so you'll feel it from your pocket.
Plus it's a 1.6.
It's a 1.6 engine, so definitely very fuel economical.
And I think things have changed of recent. Now you have guys who want cars that consume less, about 1.6, but also it's got high tech. Certainly something Renault has done over the years has been to try and throw all the technology they can, specifically on this Fluence. Because if you look at the dashboard, the infotainment system, you look at the general composition of the car, it's such a beauty. Lots of technology here.
You know, the music system for this car is actually Bosch entertainment system, one of the best in the world. So when you're in it, you don't know what time you're reaching.
I like the accessibility of the dashboard, because as a driver, you guys first of all don't have that many functions on the steering wheel. Your functions about volume control are just below the steering wheel.
Yeah, that's the positive. You don't need to be looking at where do I press. Just at the steering, you can just control whatever your music you have. One thing I've not told you about this car, actually, you can synchronize it to your phone. It's got a Bluetooth connectivity. Play music from your phone, and also you don't need to be caught on the wrong side of the road talking on phone. Just synchronize it with your phone. In case of any call, you just talk right away.
And with police in Kampala these days arresting everyone who is on phone. But of course, the other thing from a driver's experience about the Renault Fluence is the easiness with which you can use the steering wheel. It's very soft, but don't get deceived. That softness it has does not mean you can easily get off the road when you're speeding. The steering wheel will keep taking you to different levels of hardness in terms of the speed you're doing. So if you're driving very slowly, you realize it's very soft. But also if you're driving very fast, you also realize it's still a very soft car. Oh, did I just see someone I know? Hi. Days in Kampala don't get better than this. You're driving a Renault Fluence, you're meeting some of your best friends on the streets.
Overall, the Fluence has benefited immensely from its upgrades, becoming the ideal choice for cars in its range. It is rare to find a saloon with as much style, affordability, space, and practicality as the Renault Fluence. And this is why it stands out as a contender amongst its competition.
All right, guys, thank you very, very much for joining us this week. As we sign out, the sun is signing in, so I've got to protect my eyes as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed the celebrity. Hope you've again enjoyed the Renault Fluence. And we also do hope you've gotten the tips. Just before I leave though, one final tip. Please, let's be more careful on the roads. We are losing so many innocent souls. Uganda's future presidents on the roads here in Kampala. Just mind the other driver. Make sure you have your driving permit. Make sure you have the training. Let's just be safe on the road. For now, stay revved up. See you guys next week.
Next week on Revved Up.